Hi, my name is Lauren Fox, and today I will explain the Understanding by Design's stage number 2, Determining Needed Evidence. Once learning goals are determined in stage 1, designers must determine what evidence is needed to prove the mastery of the set goals. If learners truly understand what they have learned, they should be able to explain the material and/or apply it to a different setting than how they learned it. In order to evaluate open-ended tasks, designers must create measuring tools, such as rubrics, to communicate expectations to students and fairly assess their understanding. Let's start with the first part of stage number 2. Performance tasks. Performance tasks provide a way for instructors to assess students on their ability to make meaning from the covered content. The goal is for students to transfer learning to new tasks with minimal to no prompting from the test or the teacher. Performance tasks provide evidence of learning based on the goals that were set in stage 1. On the left-hand side of this chart, you will see desired results code. These codes are tied to the stage 1's desired results codes. These will be all transfer goal codes and meaning goals that you used in stage 1. Using the same codes from stage 1 and stage 2 keeps all of the content aligned. The middle column is where instructors and designers write about the performance tasks that they provide their students. Specific performance tasks will allow students to use and transfer their knowledge towards assessments. These tasks should allow students to apply their learned content in a new and practical way. Designers can use the 6 facets of understanding to guide their creation of the performance tasks. These 6 facets include students explaining, interpreting, applying and adjusting, having different perspectives, showing empathy, and having self-knowledge. Students can have options on what tasks they would like to choose that play to their strengths and preferred styles. On the right-hand column is the evaluative criteria. When evaluating the performance tasks, there are 4 main types of criteria that designers should keep in mind: impact, content, process, and quality. Of the 4 types of criteria that students must meet, designers should choose to focus on about 2 types of criteria to evaluate the performance task. The criteria should be derived from the stage 1 goals. Even with task options given to students, the evaluative criteria for all of the task choices should remain the same. The next section of stage 2 is other evidence. Other assessment pieces that are not open-ended performance tasks would fall under other evidence. These include other assessments that could have right and wrong answers. On the left-hand side, similar to above, there are desired result codes. These codes should be tied to the stage 1 desired results. These again will be all transfer goals or meaning goals, and these codes keep stages 1 and 2 aligned. These other evidence assessments in the middle can include quizzes, tests, exit tickets, reflections, drawings, or explanations that are included within the unit. This other evidence serves as formative assessments as the unit is ongoing, and the performance tasks from above serve as the summative assessment at the end of the unit. The evaluative criteria for this section is similar from that above. The four main types of criteria, again, are impact, content, process, and quality, and they still apply when establishing evaluative criteria for other evidence. For example, a quiz can be evaluated by content when students arrive at the correct answer, and by process, by evaluating what the steps they went through and if they were able to arrive at the correct answer through the correct process. The last section of stage number 2 is about the grading rubric. There are two types of rubrics that educators can use to evaluate success with these assessments. The first one is a holistic rubric, and it gives a big picture evaluation with general feedback. An analytic rubric is much more detailed. It gives detailed evaluations with specific feedback. So based on the criteria listed above, each of the criteria will have a specific rubric that will help the students understand exactly how they scored with each criteria set.